Hi guys, this is FD for Sage5.tv and welcome to our 2K to 100K challenge. Today we are going to evaluate a project we've already opened a position in, and that project is Holoride, a metaverse project, but it's a metaverse with a difference. Let's jump in. So for those of you who are new, welcome to the show. And if you're a regular viewer or you are subscribed, thank you very much for being part of the journey. Let's enjoy the journey together. Appreciate every single one of you, whether you are coming in for the first time today or you are a return viewer. Thank you very much. I appreciate your help. And if you are not familiar with our 2K to 100K challenge, this is a portfolio that I'm sharing publicly where we are going to be investing between $2,000 and $2,500 during this bear market, and then we are going to hold onto that portfolio to see if we are going to reach our predefined target of 100K at the end of the next bull run. So we may be holding onto this portfolio for a while, but that's the whole point. Those who come in for easy money, you are easily going to lose. If you hold, your patience will be rewarded. So let's hope all of you viewers are just as patient as myself, and let's take this thing over the line. 100K, here we come. So what is Holoride? Holoride is a project based on what's known as extended reality and is built on top of proprietary technology by startup company Holoride GmbH. The right token is in turn issued by Holoride AG Liechtenstein and will supercharge Holoride's in-experience economy by creating sustainable engagement value for passengers. What's more interesting is that Holoride claim that they are into storytelling, and adding technology into the mix allows them to create completely new dimensions of storytelling with an unparalleled immersiveness. Holoride boasts investors such as Audi Group, Terranet AB, a Swedish software developer for radio-based solutions and 3D image analysis for advanced driver assistance systems and autonomous vehicles, ADAS and AV, and ScaleGame, the largest full-service educational entertainment game development company in the United States. The right utility token. The right token is used for ecosystem governance. The right token will be used by holders to help decide the direction of the project through development features and concepts. The right token is also used for grant programs. A certain percentage of the Holoride revenue, fiat purchases, smart contracts, royalties, and so forth will be used each month to purchase right tokens from the open market to deposit them in the Holoride treasury to fund the sustainable development of ecosystem via grants and other incentives. The right token will also be used for community benefits. User subscriptions, digital items, upgrades, and brand placements will be purchasable with the right tokens at a discount from their fiat price. So just by holding and using the right token, you'll be able to get discounts where something is marked in fiat. Token holders will also be granted early access to content and rare collectibles. That's a very good and attractive benefit. The right token will also be used for partner royalty. Content creators and car manufacturers may receive right as part of user engagement with NFTs via transaction fees on the bulletin board or via direct sales of NFTs. Holoride will ensure that balances can also be settled by burning right and paying out partners with fiat currency. Okay. The right token could also be used to create, sell, and buy in-experience items. The Holoride marketplace will enable users and content creators to mint unique NFTs based on their experiences in exchange for right token. The resulting NFTs can then be bought and sold using right token. Okay, sounds like a well thought out utility cases for the right token. Some well-known publicized integrations include Porsche, Audi, Hyundai. Now on to Holoride Social. On Twitter, Holoride has got 82,800 Twitter followers. It does seem like it does not have a Discord account and there's no Discord community, which is something that is going to affect Holoride when we apply our DYOR risk evaluation tool. According to LinkedIn, there are 57 team members. On to decentralization. The company behind Holoride is a centralized entity, but the blockchain upon which Holoride blockchain is built, which is Elrond, is decentralized within reason, of course. On security, the Holoride blockchain platform itself will have to be as secure as the rest of the hardware and electronics, since there is a danger to life here. You're talking of cars. They do go through some stringent security checks and tests. The Elrond network itself, upon which the Holoride blockchain is built, is protected by several millions of dollars in staked assets. Elrond reportedly does 15,000 transactions per second. I've personally used Elrond and I can attest to those cheaper transaction fees. Holoride blockchain is reported to be capable of doing upwards of 10,000 transactions per second, which is too excellent compared to some of the common networks such as Ethereum and so forth. So we think in terms of scaling, it's got a big chance of scaling en masse. On interoperability, in terms of interoperability among other blockchains, I think there is initially going to be restrictions, as I cannot see these various car companies involved wanting to to share their IP or intellectual property at least at the beginning, but that could change soon after. The technology underpinning the Elrond blockchain is designed for interoperability, so there is scope for interoperability in the future for the Holoride blockchain. Now on to tokenomics. Some of the VCs or venture capitalists involved are Elrond Research, Faculty Capital, Istari Vision, Valhalla Capital, Woodstock, Morningstar Ventures, Signum Capital, Terranova Ventures. As for the public sales, there was some sort of lottery system over at Elrond's myriad launchpad that I understand did not go as well as planned. The lottery tiers were as follows. The top tier was tier 1, and a user had to stake a minimum of 1000 EGLD token, and they were then able to purchase 15 tickets. The second tier, a user will have had to stake between 100 and 1000 EGLD token, and they were entitled to 12 tickets. Tier 3, EGLD or Elrond token staking requirement was 50. Number of tickets, 8. Tier 4, 10 EGLD tokens staked. Number of tickets, 4. And then the last tier was between 1 and 10 EGLD coins staked, and the number of tickets was 1. And each ticket was priced at $200, and each $200, if things had gone well, each ticket will have earned the user approximately 5,000 right token. But I don't think that's how it went. I think it was messier than that. It is important to know that at the time of this lottery, the Elrond token, the EGLD token that was tied to the lottery, was trading at over $490 a piece. Ouch. So you can imagine how small players got squeezed out. There were reports of front running and then dumping tokens on the unsuspecting public. All I can say is it got very, very messy. I could not keep up with the resolutions that were being proposed and that were put in place to try and address the public outcry. But these things happen in crypto. People get greedy, and now that we're in a bear market, it is probably a great buying opportunity if you missed out. It's still high because the public sale was, the right token was priced at 4 cents, and now we are talking of between 18 and 21 cents. So it's still relatively high, but I believe it's a decent entry point because things have settled there. Especially if you can get into that token in a bear market, it means it's got a lot of traction. It's got some power, some fire, and it can go a long way. So on to tokenomics. Maximum tokens, 1 billion. Tokens issued at project launch, 130 million or 13%. Public sale, 5% or 50 million right tokens. Private sales, 20% or 200 million right tokens. Allocation to the community, 200 million tokens or 20%. The team was allocated 15% or 150 million right tokens. Ecosystem, 250 million right tokens or 25%. Equity investors were allocated 2.5% or 25 million. The treasury was allocated 125 million tokens or 12.5%. So insiders come up to 50%, which is still quite high for insiders, which you can imagine all those VCs that were lining up, between 8 and 10 VC companies that went in at next to nothing in terms of the price. Some of them have probably dumped all their coins anyway. So there you go. Circulating supply at the point at which we're doing this video is 31% or 310 million. I think it's actually 309 million, but we had to round up because of that percentage of 31%. Okay, as you already figured out, we've got the right token as part of our 2K to 100K challenge, which is a public portfolio that we are sharing with the public and sharing every move. And at some point, we are going to actually be sharing the summaries and the price movements and the percentages, the gains we've made. We are going to apply our DYO, our risk evaluation tool, onto the Holoride platform and its associated token, which is the right token. We are going to apply the 13 elements, and the 13 elements are going to apply as follows. Our decentralization, how decentralized is the Holoride blockchain? Our security, how secure is it? On scaling, does it scale? What are the TPS figures? And has it had any issues with skyrocketing gas fees and so forth? Then we go on to interoperability. Does it work across its own boundaries? Then we look at the project team. How many team members are there, and are they available via public platforms? Then we look at the social media information as far as Twitter is concerned. How many members? And Discord, how many members do they have via Discord? And then we look at the age of the project, as well as considering the use cases. Are there any real world use cases? And I must state before we get there that the Holoride blockchain and the project itself, they've got quite some real world use cases because they are integrating in automobiles or in cars. So those are quite real. They're not fake. And then we go on to tokens issued at project launch or TGE. Then we consider the tokens in circulation at the point at which we are doing this video. And then we consider maximum tokens available. Is there a maximum hard cap? Then finally, we consider insider token allocation. These are the tokens not necessarily owned by the insiders, but that allocation that insiders can control and can do as they like, as and when. Okay, so here are the scores we are going to give to Holoride. Decentralization, 5 out of 10. Security, 5 points out of 10. On scaling, 7.5 points out of 10. On interoperability, Suitability is 5 points out of 10. Project team is 10 out of 10. Social media via Twitter, it's 7.5 points out of 10. Social media via Discord, it's 0 because there is no information. They don't seem to have a Discord account. I know they might turn around and say, but we use other platforms that they prefer. For the purposes of this exercise, we used Discord, and for consistency, we need to continue using Discord and Twitter. On edge of the project, 2.5 points out of 10. Use cases is 10 out of 10 because we think they are quite genuine and they are massive use cases and is branching across different car manufacturers as well. And then we go on to tokens in circulation, it's 5 points out of 10. Tokens issued at project launch, 2.5 points out of 10. Maximum tokens available, 5 points out of 10. Insider token allocation, 0 because it's at 50% and it's too high for our liking. Our threshold is 30%. Anything above that, there has to be extenuating circumstances. But 50 we think is just too high. So guys, we are going to apply risk now. And the risk categories we've got are as follows. If a project scores 0 to 64 out of 130, we call that category a no-go category, which is the highest risk category. Above that is the 65 to 89 out of 130, and we call that could go to 0 category. It's less riskier than the one below it. The one above the could go to 0 category is the potential category, and the project in this case has got to score 90 to 109 out of 130. That's the potential category. And then finally, you've got the go for it category, where a project must score between 110 and 130 out of 130. Again, guys, what I'm sharing with you here, these are my own opinions. It's not financial advice. You require financial advice, you know where to go. Go seek someone who's trained to give you financial advice. These are my own opinions, and this information is intended for educational as well as entertainment purposes. Again, guys, don't forget to click like and subscribe as well as smash that notification bell. And also bear in mind, we're on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is right here on the screen. Now, onto the scores. The final score for Holoride, it's 65 out of 130. What do you guys think? Do you think Holoride is a safer project to invest in? Are you invested in Holoride? As you already seen, we have invested in Holoride as part of our 2K to 100K challenge, but I also hold the Holoride token as part of my private portfolio. So I do have faith in Holoride, and I think it's going to do really well. And I hope over time some of the things we've been raising in this DYOR risk evaluation could resolve themselves, but we'll let time decide. That time will tell. What do you guys think? Do you agree with our scores? Are you invested in Holoride? Are you going to invest in Holoride now that we've gone through the DYOR risk evaluation? Is it a project that interests? As far as you're concerned, it is of interest, and given another chance, we'll keep adding to our position in Holoride. I think in this case now, because we've already maxed our threshold as part of our 2K to 100K challenge, we will be adding to our private portfolio. Until next time, guys, this was your 2K to 100K challenge update with Holoride. What are your thoughts? This is FD for Safer.tv signing out. Bye for now.